Emerge Wednesdays. I'm Dorothea Schuler, and I'm so glad you decided to join us. On this week's show, we will hear from violinist Gina Payne and the ladies of Emerge. We will be recapping the 3-day Emerge magazine premiere and awards. Yes, so if you missed it, you don't want to miss today's show while we talk all things Emerge premiere. I also look forward to making a divine decision with you and getting Deshana's 2 cents on finance. But first, we're going to hear some amazing tips from Tiffany to help you emerge as a CEO. So come on, let's go and tiptoe over with Tiffany into the CEO's Corner.
Emerge yourself.
Hey, everybody. It's me, Tiffany, and I just want to thank you for entering the CEO Corner. Again, this is my time where I just get to talk to you about different things that maybe I'm experiencing, maybe I've researched, maybe I'm thinking about things that I've noticed, witnessed, or learned myself on how to be an amazing CEO. And we all need help. We all need to learn from each other because we can all emerge no matter where we are in our CEO journey. So CEO education is a never-ending task. We need continual development in order for us to fully realize our leadership and managerial capabilities. And I am learning this on all levels, in my private life, in my entrepreneur life, in my political life, in my commissioner revenue office, so many different levels. And they all have a similar foundation, but yet they all have to be tweaked in a different way depending on the audience. So learning to be a better CEO is critical for entrepreneurs, even pastors that are running their church. If you are the leader in your organization, if you are the chief executive officer, whether that be your title or not, you have to constantly be learning. So you need to be an inquisitive CEO. All right, take notes. I'm gonna give you time to grab your paper so you can write this down, and then you can do research a little bit further on how to do each. But number one, be an inquisitive CEO. Ask questions, but you have to learn how to ask the right questions. Number two, prioritize stakeholder value. I've been talking a lot about stakeholders. Who are your stakeholders? I keep saying as Commissioner of Revenue, our taxpayers, as taxpayers, you are a stakeholder in your future. For Emerge, our stakeholders are our readers, our followers, our people who are going to come to our events to keep us going. So prioritize your stakeholder value. Number three, tell stories consistent with an overarching company narrative. You have to know your company inside and out to be consistent, to tell your story, to tell the story of the company, and to get people buzzing about it. Number four, have a strong understanding of why you're doing what you're doing. What is your why, people? That is a whole different segment. We'll do a whole different CEO Corner on finding your why, not your motivation, but your why. Remember, CEOs help others get a leg up. They always say it's cloudy at the top. No, you can bring other people up, and everybody doesn't get up to being a CEO, but you want to bring other people up. You want to bring your CFO up, your social media person, your directors. You want to bring everybody up because they are all helping your organization function and the vision to succeed. So you have to assume the role of CEO as a gatekeeper, okay? You are delegating. As a CEO, you see the high level. You're at the top and you are now delegating all the things that need to get done because you as one person cannot do it all. So be your own gatekeeper. Remember to set big objectives for yourself. Don't be afraid to gently push your staff. If you're not going in the right direction, tell them they need to go in the right direction, but you have to gently push. You can't be like a tyrant. You can't be a micromanager. Gently push your staff to move in the right direction. Remember to always reflect on yourself and to take action. I am the hardest critic on myself. If something goes wrong, I am probably more upset that I either let it happen, I didn't see it coming, it took too long to see it coming. How do I fix it? How does this never happen again? Constantly learning so I don't make the same mistake twice, because that is what a good CEO does. I probably do it a little too hard on myself, but I want to be better. I always want to emerge. And remember, CEOs serve others. We are here to serve others because others are helping get the job done. We cannot do this alone. Even if you are a CEO of one, you are still depending on other people to help you with your business. So remember to serve others. And those are just some of my tips. Hopefully you wrote them all down. If not, you can listen to this again. And thank you. And I'm Tiffany Boyle, and that's my tip from the CEO Corner.
Emerge yourself. All right. If you are just tuning in, you are tuned into the Emerge Radio Show. I am your co-host, Deshana Kim Garnett. And today we have Dorothea here. So not only will you get Divine Decisions, you get Dorothea to sit in on the interview. And we have the pleasure. Awesome. We have the pleasure of talking to Miss Gina Payne today. How are you, Gina?
Doing well. Thank you for asking. It's just great to be on in the program with you ladies.
Awesome. I'm so excited to be here as well.
Yes.
So, Miss Gina, tell us about yourself.
Well, I am a native of Hampton Road. I grew up in Phoebus, Hampton. I went to Phoebus High School. I'm the daughter of two educators, Wendell O. Jordan and Bess Jordan. My mother was a teacher. My dad also was a physics professor at Hampton University and then director of federal programming for the city of Hampton. I have one sister, and she lives in Maryland. She's an accountant. Currently, I'm a teacher in Norfolk Public Schools. I'm an orchestra teacher, middle school, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. There's 103 students in my program, and I really enjoy what I do. I enjoy developing young talent. I enjoy watching kids like myself find their identity and where they fit socially through music. So that's my goal in my career, to assist youth in finding their identity in their true gifts and talents, whatever they may be, and to use my own as an example of what they can do with their gifts.
You said a mouthful.
Right. I heard teacher. I heard orchestra. Like, wow. Accountant, sister. Love it.
Yes.
Now, Gina, did you always kind of know or figure you would go into education, being that both of your parents were educators?
Actually, yes. I started out helping my mother in her classroom at the old Dunbar Elementary School in downtown Newport News. I went with her on many occasions to help her with her bulletin boards, even helping her correct papers in the evening. So the love for education was instilled in me in my home as I watched both of my parents in that area. And when I graduated from high school, I immediately went to college for music, public school music, to be a teacher. So yes, I won't say I was railroaded. That's kind of a hard term. But I was encouraged by the examples of my own parents and watching them as educators as well. It was an inspiration to me in my career choice. Yes.
Awesome.
I think that is very unique, right? Because I hear a lot of times when you have two parents who may do the same thing, the children run as far away from that path as they can most times. So I think it's a beautiful thing that you share that love of education with your parents, and you're, still doing that. So talk to us because I think I saw you recently at the Emerge premiere. It's all about business gala, and I went live and you were doing your thing on that violin. Like, oh my gosh, you are so amazing on that violin. So talk to us about how you got into playing the violin.
Thank you. Well, when I started late. First of all, I have to say that most students start off playing 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade. I actually did not start playing violin until I was 12, which is very late. In middle school, they give you a choice of electives. And for some reason, I picked orchestra. And I don't know why I did it. I had the other choices before me, but I said, okay, let me try orchestra. Well, it's a great thing that I did. I guess it was always meant for me to play. And that was the time for it to, I'll say, emerge. I was in the orchestra in middle school, started off at Spratley Middle School, then junior high, and then went on to Phoebus, was in 4 orchestras by the time I graduated from high school. And I found where I socially fit. Identity is so important for youth. And I found a social group of students that I really was able to identify with, and we all shared the same love for music. We all kind of grew together and we learned together. So that's how I really started with music. I started off reading music. I can read music. I can read pretty much all clefs, bass, treble, and alto clef. And also I learned how to play a little piano, keyboard. But violin was the major instrument that really was the forte for me with my career, and I stayed the course with that, and I'm pretty much glad I did.
Yeah, I envy you. I played the clarinet in middle school, and I absolutely loved it, but I am not as strong as you because I did not want to be in the band in high school, so I ran track because it was like at that time it wasn't cool, and I missed clarinet, and I wish I would have just been myself. So kudos to you for like being you and not, yeah.
Thank you. So thank you so much.
I will say I have an older son. Well, my son is 9, and he's definitely like, if you've met him, you would know he's not, athletic. He's not going to play sports. But I encouraged him, like, well, you need something for discipline. And he said, we had a piano, so he plays piano, and he's gotten pretty good at it. And so he'll be sitting there reading notes, and I can't read notes, but I just listen. I'm like, I don't think that was the right note. He's like, okay, mommy, read it with me. And I'm like, well, mommy can't read music. Well, let me teach you. I don't want to learn it. He's so technical about it. I'm like, yeah, it just doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound like what your teacher plays. So you regroup, you work it out. I can text your teacher if you have a question, but mommy, can I help you read this music, baby? I can read the lyrics to a song, but not the music.
Right.
I love that. Shaisha's in piano as well, Deshana. I didn't realize that our children were like souls.
Oh, wow. That's cool. Who's her teacher? Anyone in the Hampton Roads area?
So we heard his teacher is actually from Russia. So she is all about discipline and technique. And so I watched him, and it's not something he wanted to do it, but I'm watching his passion grow, if that makes sense. As he gets better, because I said, let me just be real with you. You're going to be horrible at first, right? You'll go from horrible to bad to okay to good. And if you want to be great and excellent, baby, you're just going to have to keep working at it. So, we're at that good stage now, but just watching him become more confident and get into it, it's like, I never knew that music or learning to play an instrument could do that for him.
Right. That's true. It can.
Yeah. My daughter takes private lessons with a woman by the name of Jane Grant. And I just gravitated to her because she was in my Bible study group, and she's amazing. And my daughter has Williams syndrome. They're very inclined to music, and I wanted someone that I knew could work with her. So Shaisha's been in piano now 2 years consistently. It's been amazing.
Oh, wonderful. Has she, is she scheduling a recital at any time soon?
So she had her first recital, and she got to play Good Morning and Away in a Manger, and I cried. I'll just put it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gina, I have a question for you. So you kind of been on this education field. You have 2 parents that are educators, and you teach music, you play the violin. And like I said, we saw you at the Immerse premiere playing the violin. How did you turn that passion and that love for playing into a business?
Well, the first thing I had to find out was that I could actually play by ear. I didn't start off doing that. I started off being a classical musician, playing notes, reading notes. And that's what I did. I heard my friend in college playing the violin by ear. And I was sitting in her room, and she was playing Amazing Grace. And her name is Karen Briggs. And I said, Karen, how do you do this? Karen is a national artist. She's a national violinist. She's very famous for playing with Yanni. And she's played a lot of jazz with even Stevie Wonder, Stanley Clarke. She's an amazing violinist. She's from right here in Portsmouth, Virginia. But I asked her while we were in college, I said, well, how do you do that? And she told me, she said, Gina, I really don't know. And I couldn't understand why you don't know. How can you not know how to do this? But then when I started practicing, just listening, I understood what she meant. I really don't know how I do it. I listen to the music, I pick out the chords and the key of a song, and I try to hone in on the artist and what they are doing musically as much as I can. Some music is so challenging. Stevie Wonder music is challenging. Some Earth, Wind, and Fire is challenging. Anything with a lot of chord progressions and changes is a challenge. But for me to answer how I changed this into a business, that is the first thing I did. I had to really learn how to do this, how to play by ear, how to fit with a band, how to fit with musicians that are already able to do this. So once I started to do that, then I started playing with a band called Forte Jazz Band. Brian Penner is a wonderful musician from Smithfield, Virginia, and he formed a band called Forte with some of the school musicians. And he included me in that, and I grew a lot. After that, then I decided I needed my own. I need my own band. I need to show the versatility of the violin. I want people to hear what this instrument can do outside of the classical realm that it's so famous for. And I formed the LLC, Step Up Connection. And when I formed it, Step Up Connection LLC, I put together all of the musicians that play with me. And it's just, we've been a family now for the past 8 years. We've been a family. So it went from learning how to play by ear, then becoming a part of an actual band that was already formed. And I grew from that to actually branching off. And now I have my own. That
is funny that you mentioned the group Forte. I was with a Huntington alumni yesterday evening who spoke about how that jazz band performed at Huntington one year. And that you guys brought the house down and people thought it was better than the Hampton Jazz Festival.
That was fun. Yes, that was. So that's my journey from learning how to actually play without music to being more versatile, playing R&B and other music that I'm more free. I feel like I'm more free without the note. I can put more of myself in the music. When I'm not reading notes, I'm actually pulling from what's on the inside of me as opposed to pulling from what's on a piece of paper. So it's really been an awesome experience, an awesome journey. And with the musicians that I work with, they're amazing. So we all push each other, and it's great.
Awesome. If you are just tuning in, you are listening to the Emerge Radio Show. I'm your co-host, Deshana Kemp Garnett, along with co-host today, Miss Dorothea, and we have guest Gina Payne on the line. So Miss Gina has been talking to us about her love for education that she learned from her parents or got from her parents, and about her violin journey. And it's been a great conversation, but all great things must come to an end. But before you go, Miss Gina, if someone wanted to reach out to you to learn more about you, what you do, and what you offer, what is your contact information as far as your email, your website, or your social media?
Absolutely. I can be found on Facebook, Gina J. Payne, and on Instagram as Gina J. Payne. My phone number is on Facebook. It is a public number that I can be reached. It is a business phone. It is also my personal phone that I conduct business on. Anybody that wants to book me can reach out through Facebook. You can call me. We can talk about your needs and desires for your event. You can see some footage of me playing on YouTube, Gina J. Payne. Everything is under Gina J. Payne. So hopefully we can do business together. Looking forward to it.
Yes. Throw that plug. I saw you doing a wedding this weekend for a mutual friend. I thought that was awesome. Small world.
Oh, thank you yes, absolutely. Right on the water. I've known that young lady. We've known each other since we were 12 years old. We go way back.
Awesome. and here you're emerging into her wedding entertainment. I love it.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, Miss Gina. Now, before we let you go, we have one more question for you. My favorite question, which is our signature question. And that is, what does the word emerge mean to you?
To emerge means to develop what's on the inside of you by finding out what your passion is. In order for something to emerge, it has to be passionate about growing. And that brings to me a person or a business that has a passion for a part of the world that they want to change or it wants to change. It has to have a passion. And then from that passion, it will emerge into an actual substantial organization to meet the need of people that it is geared towards to service. So emerge means to seek out that passion, put it on paper, write the vision and make it plain, and then develop a plan to put that passion into motion, emerge that passion so that the world that it is reaching, that part of the world that it is reaching can benefit from those from that special gift that the business or the person is trying to develop.
Wow.
Well said.
Thank you.
Very well said. I'm like, preach, sister.
Well, thank you, Miss Gina. It has been our honor and pleasure to have you on the show today.
Thank you so much, ladies. This has been a wonderful conversation. I really enjoyed it. And hopefully all of our listeners will hear that whatever you want to do, just step out on faith and try it little by little. And as you try it little by little, it's going to increase. It's going to increase because of your desire. And in the end, it's going to be successful. Don't give up.
Emerge yourself. Do you know what that is? That's the sound of your classmate forwarding a picture from your profile to everyone he knows. A college student downloading all your pictures to his hard drive. A teacher wondering what you were thinking. Some guys posting graphic comments about your body and what they do with it. Your neighbor printing out your latest pictures for his collection. A man spending some alone time with your picture while no one else is around. And worst of all, your dad seeing a photo of you topless. All because of the time you posted those pictures on your profile. Anything you post online, anyone can see. Family, friends, and even not so friendly people. So think before you post. For more information, visit www.cybertipline.com.
This message brought to you by the U.S. Department of Justice, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, and the Ad Council.
Come to the Hampton University Museum and Archive. Free and open to the public, travel back in time and enjoy the masterpieces from the 19th century, the Harlem Renaissance, and even contemporary movements such as Afrocobra. We are home to the largest public collection of African American art. You can also admire the museum's special gems like the Liberty Pen, used by Abraham Lincoln to sign the Emancipation Proclamation. Founded in 1868, we're the country's oldest African American museum. Explore our 10 galleries of fine art from Pacific Islander to African to Native American. We also welcome students and educators to find over 10 million primary documents and photographs for curriculum research. We take pride in our national treasure and hope you do too. Call 757-727-5308 or visit museum@hamptonu.edu for more information and events. Keeping you informed, we are the essence of HU 88.1 WHOV.
Welcome back. I'm Dorothea Schuler, and you're tuned into WHOV 88.1 iHeartRadio, and you're listening to Emerge Wednesdays, the radio show that's all about entrepreneurs and business and is the premier information source for business owners. If you're just now joining us, Deshana and I spoke with violinist Gina Payne about her amazing skills. She recently graced our VIP hour at the Emerge magazine premiere and awards gala. So if you missed Gina's interview, you can catch up on all of that by visiting emergethemagazine.com. as well as you can listen to any of our previously recorded shows. Okay, people. So we all proceed throughout the course of our lives based upon a series of decisions. A decision is a conclusion or resolution reached after consideration. And divine means excellence. So we're making an excellent choice. Now, with that being said, let's make the divine decision today to be premier. When I say every week, it gets more and more interesting to research the definition for my divine decisions. Oh my goodness. I almost wish there was a game show based on the complete understanding of words. I know that since Emerge the radio show premiered, I have really upped my game, if I do say so myself, and would totally win the cash prize. Before, I held a generic or limited understanding to the true meaning of a word, and now I possess a more in-depth understanding of various words and how they practically apply to our lives. And I hope that through listening weekly, you have too. The word premier, P-R-E-M-I-E-R, means the first in importance, order, or position, leading. Now, add an E to the end, and you have premier, which refers to the first public performance or showing of something, such as a movie or play. And if you didn't get the chance this year to attend the Emerge magazine premiere and awards gala, let me tell you, it was just an overwhelming display of excellence across all facets of entrepreneurship and business. It was amazing to see those honored for their hard work, tenacity, and success, and definitely was a night of premiere without an E, meaning the first time that these entrepreneurs had been recognized by Emerge the magazine. And so what better way to premiere our magazine with an E than at our Emerge premiere and gala? Whether it's with or without an E on the end. I want to highlight something. Just because your name isn't called at an award show, or maybe you weren't the firstborn, I want to tell you, not only are you a premier human being, but your actual arrival here was your first premiere, meaning you are the first you, the first in order, in importance, and the leader of your own life. And when you arrived, it was your premiere show, the first public showing and appearance of you. So why, Dorothea? Why are you trying to confuse us this week? No, my friends, not confused. But my prayer is to empower and encourage you to go past all normal understanding and emerge your mind to another level of thinking where you are the premier person, where you see yourself as the great person you are, and you continually strive to bring those attributes to light so that the world can enjoy the premier person God has created, and that you can continue to see your life as an opportunity to continue to premiere the greatness that can only be found when you debut. So, as I close, my wish for you is that you see yourself in the reflection of our Heavenly Father, who states in my favorite book, I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and ending. So join me today by merging into our best lives and make the divine decision to be premier, knowing that this decision will ultimately help to shape and create a path that reflects a light of excellence in our lives. You're listening to Emerge Wednesdays on WHOV iHeartRadio, and this, my friends, has been another divine decision with Dorothea. And you too can decide to be a part of Emerge Wednesdays by submitting your response to our signature question, what does the word emerge mean to you? Share that with us on our IG at Emerge the Magazine. This week's response is from D. Clements, founder of Break the Cycle, Inc. Emerge means that we are thriving in all areas of life. Yes, D. Let's break the cycles of complacency and thrive. All right, so as we continue with Emerge Wednesdays, up next, Tiffany DeShana and yours truly, yes me, will be giving you a recap of the 3-day Emerge magazine premiere and awards gala that was held October 16th through 18th. So get ready. We have a special treat for you today as the ladies of Emerge talk all things premiere.
Emerge yourself.
All right. So we have Dorothea, DeShana, and myself, and we just want to talk to you guys and thank you guys so much for your support for the Emerge 3-day event, and just do like a quick recap. Like, we had 3 days, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, back to back to back, and we're tired. So it took us a whole week to recoup.
Yes.
But it was so awesome. We had so much fun. Thank you guys for your support. Magazine is out.
Yes.
It's ready for purchase. You will get a physical copy in the mail. So, ladies, let's talk about it.
It was amazing. Sorry, Dorothy, I got to get my thoughts out. It was amazing. And the amazing thing was we've literally, ladies, been talking about this all year long, planning all year, right?
Yes.
We're mothers, we all have so many other things going on, but just to see the amount of support we receive from each of, the events and most importantly, the gala, I am still kind of shocked. Like, I feel so humbled. I'm so thankful. We're blessed, but I thought I was going to be tired. I'm already planning for next year. Like, I am so excited. Even though I was like, we can take a break. Next year planning is in full effect.
I am cracking up because I literally, when you said, let me get my words out, the only word I was going to say is, okay, amazing. That's all I could think of. So that was hilarious. Like, I was totally ad-libbing, but yes, it was amazing. And I was just absolutely thankful to be a part of it. You guys' vision was just awesome that you guys started in 2015. And I'm just so happy to become a part here in 2022 with the launch of the Emerge radio show. But yes, it definitely humbled me. And it was so awesome to see all of the participants, attendees, everybody was up in the house. So that was cool.
Yeah. So let's break it down. So the first day was Sunday and it was all about fashion brunch. The weather was amazing. Thank you, God. It was actually warmer than I think most of us were expecting because some of us came out in full fall gear. It was sunny. It was at the beautiful Monroe rooftop in Hampton. We had amazing panelists. Our host, Lukeman Haskett, was on point as always. Great turnout. What do you guys think?
The vibe. I mean, it's always a vibe when we go to Monroe rooftop, right? I've never had a horrible time. It's always a great time, great atmosphere. But just to see how excited everybody was for Emerge to come back and to really have that fashion brunch, everybody came there decked out. And I know I feel so bad because, like you said, the weather was so nice. Everybody looked really good. That was really, your time to get dressed up or show your true fashion sense. And, the panel provided some great information, especially, newcoming business owners, stuff I had never even thought about. We probably need to get them back on the radio show to talk about it and share with people. But it was just a great time. And just looking back at the pictures, I can remember, okay, this is what I was thinking here. This is what was going on. Everybody sees so many smiling faces. So it was really a great time.
It was. And when you said get everybody back on, it's no more guests on the show, but it was I was hanging off of every word that was said. And I was just sitting there taking knowledge that you don't even realize is so important and how it ties into business. When they were talking about the basics and just building a foundation that you can use that can go across all of your wardrobes. I was just so, I'm a technical girl. So I was sitting there yes, note taken. And then the ambiance, the team that put together the decorations, just everything was larger than life. The 360 camera, the Emerge letters in gold. And then, like you said, the attendees to the nines. You would have never thought you were at a daytime event. It was definitely that after hours grown vibe. And agreed, Tiffany. Thank God for the weather.
Yes. Yeah. I love the 360 just set it off, especially everybody in there, coming all out in their outfits. And I love fashion events because, as a politician, I have to dress a certain way. So when I'm able to show out a little bit, I'm all for it. And I do want to thank Marquita Bianca, Patricia Streeter, RJ Carrington, and Chantrell Page. They were our panelists. They dropped so much knowledge on us, so many tips. They took the time out of their busy schedule to help us entrepreneurs out. And really, fashion is more than just being on a runway. It's our everyday life, how we present ourselves, how it makes us feel, and how we impress upon other people, which is super important as business owners because we're trying to make sales, trying to sell our product, sell our service. So it was just so amazing. Yeah. So thank you, everybody who came out to that. And then following was Monday, which was our All About Tech event and / our networking event. So we did our regular brew after our tech event. We had Cricket Wireless come out. And I know I learned a lot. It was a rainy day that day, fine, because it was sunny on French Day. But I know that Cricket Wireless definitely told us about some apps as business owners that I was not aware of to help us streamline our service. And just for, getting to network with the people that came out was just great and something I could take away.
Yeah. I think out of all the ones they talked about, that first question he asked, as far as about the sleep, you know, when you're just starting a business, anytime, like any stage of a business, there are some sleepless nights, right? It's so many things we have to think about. So just using that Calm app, life-changing. Because I know I needed that app on Tuesday, getting ready for the premiere. Like, I needed every bit of that Calm app. So yeah, just the things they shared was really, really good. And they have some great, you know, plans for new business owners or any person really as well as far as the wireless. So they shared a lot of great information. And they were so personable, so down to earth. You know, they gave their presentation. They were kind of side by side with attendees that had questions, showing them, you know, different features on their phone. I'm like, I'd rather do this than actually go into a store and try to get some support when it comes to myself.
Yep.
Yeah, funny that you say Miss Politician. The tutu, I loved it. So touche to your fashion ensemble at the brunch. And yeah, it was awesome to be able to gather and have the representatives out and just how it rolled over business-wise, fashion into technology. And just to know that Cricket would partner, you know, with Emerge is awesome too. So I wanted to shout them out, as well as I'm a foodie. I enjoyed the menu at 29th and Green. And so that was really cool to be able to collaborate with the local businesses. And I think that's what so many people continue to comment on. And we're so excited about Emerge and what they bring to the area and networking with local businesses and really connecting what it means to be entrepreneurs on so many different levels. So I thought the tech event was genius.
Right. And next year, we are going to do it even bigger. We probably will start talking more about like the metaverse and how business owners can work in the metaverse and, you know, like more, of course, use our cell phones, but, you know, let's go a step further with our tech event and, you know, a little bit bigger networking. So it's in the works for next year. Like Deshana said, we have already started planning. So all that information will come out soon. And of course, we come to our finale event, which was the All About Business Gala, which I think was an absolute showstopper. Everybody that came, they were absolutely beautiful. They were so handsome. People like the red carpet media there were great. I was in awe. Like it just, everything was just wonderful. So I do want to thank everybody for attending that. And I want to thank Jason Smith for, you know, helping us coordinate. Deshana, well, you could thank your family, but of course I want to thank them as well for helping him, you know, make so beautiful. I want to thank all the friends that came from Jason Smith that came and helped us with swag bags, folding napkins.
The team.
I mean, yeah, the team just like all came together and it was just beyond beautiful.
One thing about it, we have so much support and it's just amazing how it came together. So yes, I have to shout out my sister, my mom, my dad, Martha's Crafts of Elegance for the beautiful decor, not just because they're my family, but my family really does their thing when it comes to decorations. And so, you know, stay tuned because next year, you know, it's going to be like that. Like we are already planning for next year. Dorothea's family, they stepped up, they helped us clean up. Like that is the quickest cleanup of any event.
Her family can clean up. They're quick.
That is what we do. That's hilarious. We're like the cleanup crew. So it was an honor because your family put it down, like all the way down. So like the least we could do was pick it up at the end of the night.
I mean, it's so many people we could thank, but I just think to see the audience, the people who attended, the people who received the awards, they love their awards, you know. So I'm like, hey, no need to kind of pick a new award next year. Like they love them. I've seen them all over social media, and the feedback is, hey, you know, when are you going to do the gala next year? How do we, you know, get nominated? How do you get in the magazine? So the event did what it needed to do. I have people with coordination, who did your red carpet. So again, you're helping other businesses to emerge and connecting people, which is what we are all about.
Absolutely. And you made a good point. The little things that are so big. So many people were like, I want to be nominated next year and win, if not for nothing, just for the award. I was cracking up. I mean, I thought it was awesome because it is the little big things. And I thought the award was so unique. And it goes back to what you just said. Emerge is so unique, connecting businesses and that networking and the atmosphere that was created that night was awesome. And the red carpet was so awesome, overwhelming. Gavin, he did his thing. They were so awesome with making people comfortable, like GOAT Talk Radio, Terry Finner and CEO P. Bailey. It was amazing. Like the question about the top 5, just the things that they did to mix it up that you don't expect. And so I felt like a queen for the night going down the red carpet.
Yes, it was great. And I want to shout out to Rock, who was helping Arrington film. Like when I tell you, we did not give them much instructions besides saying, hey, come be media, or for Arrington, can you do the red carpet host? And they took it to a whole nother level that I was not expecting. And I think the people who attended were really impressed. And like you said, they felt special for a night because entrepreneurs and business owners work so hard. And especially when you're small and one, you might be the only one for your business, or it might be 2 or 3, just like Emerge. And we don't get to just take the shine, or, we're looked over in media. And that's the reason why Emerge does what it does. And that gala is just the epitome, of what we do and what we work so hard for those business owners.
I think for me, it was a realization of what we mean to people. Tiffany and Dorothy, I'm sure you can appreciate this. Remember at the beginning of the year, right, when we said we were going to do this amazing podcast? And remember how some people kind of like it was, they were doing us a favor being on our podcast, not coming up and showing up as them best selves, right? Being very professional. When you look back at the gala, everybody stepped out on the right foot. Everybody showed up. Everybody was extremely professional. They were dressed to the nines. Like they showed up the way they should have. And it's just like, Emerge is not a plaything for us. This is a legit business, right? We do great things in the community, not just even in Hampton Roads, all across. We do a lot of things. So to me, I'm like, people recognize the brand that we are. And I feel like we can only take it a step further from here.
That's it. We can only emerge, right?
We can only emerge. And that is so funny that you say that, because we have like the best story that we'll get to tell at our 5-year, 10-year premiere. When you say people didn't give us the respect or take us serious, this whole thing might not have turned out, thank God, the way it did if, we had been taken serious by like the first person that was wanting to do the podcast. That was like a nightmare. Remember, we were just like, you know what? Deshane was like, we can record at my house. We can do this. We do not need that vehicle. That is not what we're going to do. We recorded those 6 shows. 1 aired, and WHOV contacted Tiffany, and it was like, look at God. But we were just like, are you serious? Like, do you know who we are? Like, is that like it was, you guys were there.
I do want to give a shout out before I forget, the person that probably traveled the furthest from Atlanta, Georgia, Brian Dubert, who is also a contributing writer for Emerge. He has been a contributing writer since 2015, since the first one. And just want to give him a shout out and tell him we really appreciate him taking the time out to fly in from Atlanta just for, not just for, but for the Emerge premiere.
Yes, shout out to Brian. Brian also was part of the cleanup crew. Brian was like, hey, what do we need? What y'all need? Where does it need to go? So, just from the bottom of our heart, just thank you. Make sure you're on standby for next year. Everybody that supported this year, everybody who helped decorate, all the members of the cleanup crew, the swag bags, make sure y'all are on standby for next year because we will need your support again.
Absolutely. And shout out to Brian, my first time meeting him. And he's like, feed the children. Me and Tiffany had been working like hours and it was like no food break in sight. And we went to lunch and he picked up the tab. And I thought that just went to just extremes of his character because he flew in and paid for us to eat. So he is an awesome gentleman.
Yes. Well, all right, everybody. We just wanted to do a quick recap. Thank you guys. Thank all of our sponsors again. We will be doing it next year, September 16th and 17th. So stay tuned. Nominations for those of you that want to be nominated for the Emerge Awards will be opened in January 2023. So just keep a lookout. Follow us on social media at Emerge the Magazine. And you can see if you missed the fashion brunch, you can definitely see the reels. You could see snippets from Marquita and Patricia sharing, good tidbits on how to prepare. Like, I remember Marquita said preparation. She was like, that when you were in school, you had your outfit picked out probably like a whole month beforehand.
She did.
Laid out the night before. And it's just that preparation for the next day that, helps you, makes you more confident. Because that way, if you wake up and something goes wrong, you already got at least your clothes, your accessories together. And that stuck with me. But all of those reels are on Emerge the Magazine. Or you can look up on our website, emergethemagazine.com, to get the magazines. And you can also listen to our radio show on every Wednesday at noon on 88.1 FM or on iHeartRadio.
Emerge Wednesdays.
Whoop, whoop. All right. Do y'all want to say anything else? Or?
Well, thank you, ladies, for having me on the show. It's always a pleasure to chop it up with you guys. Of course, I will be speaking and talking with you soon. But more importantly, thanks to all of our listeners and just what Tiffany said, everyone that made it a part. We look so forward to next year, and look out because there will be a few more categories.
I just want to echo that. It's been an amazing journey. 2022 has been awesome. So blessed, so thankful. And I'm doing this straight off the head. I haven't talked to Tiffany or Dorothea about this, but I think somehow, some way in 2023, we need to gauge who listens to the Emerge radio show. And I feel like we should do something where if you listen, you could potentially get a free ticket to one of our events coming up in September. We're going to work out those details, but hey, stay tuned.
I like that idea, Deshana. Sounds like a winner.
Emerge yourself.
Wake up and text. Text and eat. Text and meet up with a friend you haven't seen in forever.
Hi.
Oh, hey. Text and complain that they're on their phone the whole time. Text and listen to them complain that you're on your phone the whole time. Text and whatever. But when you get behind the wheel, give your phone to a passenger. Put it in the glove box. Just don't text and drive. Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Whoa, a digital music player. Thanks, Mom.
Glad you like it. We can finally toss out that old massive stereo.
Mom, you can't just throw out electronics. They need to be recycled or donated.
Recycled? Like aluminum cans?
Yeah, you just go to greenergadgets.org, enter your zip code, and it tells you where the nearest certified recycling center is.
I knew that.
Okay, Mom.
Recycling electronics is as easy as buying them. Log on to greenergadgets.org to find electronics recycling options near you.
I am Deshana Kemp-Garnett, and it is time for my 2 cents. Hello, Emerge family. We have made it to another Wednesday. And if y'all can't tell by my voice, your girl is so excited. I am still on the high from the Emerge Present, a 3-day event all about entrepreneurs. If you all knew the behind the scenes and how much work the ladies of Emerge put into these events, we are so proud. We had an amazing turnout. Such great vibe, great weather. I mean, everything turned out beautifully. But what I want to talk about was people ask, this is Emerge's comeback year. How did y'all put on such a large scale 3-day event when y'all are having a comeback year? So what were people really trying to say? What they were trying to say. How did y'all pull this off? How did y'all get money to do this? And whenever you're a business owner, if you put out there that you're going to do something, what are we going to do? We're going to figure it out. So what did we do? We figured it out. We planned from probably January up to October, and what did we plan for? We figured out what we wanted to have at the event. So a schedule of events, how much those things cost, who could we partner with? Because Emerge, even though we were coming back, we had already built up, a reputation. We had a following. So who are we going to partner with? Some businesses that were brand new, up and coming, some people who more established than Emerge. So we partnered. We had sponsorships, that helped take care of some of the costs. We figured out, okay, if we want to have this event, and we want to feed these people, how many tickets do we need to sell? How much do we need to sell each ticket for? Who do we know that does this? Who do we know, that's a DJ that wants their name out there? Who do we know that, whenever they come, they're going to have the party hype and live? So that's how we went about planning our event. We didn't break the bank. Glad to say we did not break the bank. But anytime as a business owner, you want to put on the event, don't think about where the money is going to come from. Figure out and sit down and think about what's your vision? What are you trying to accomplish? Who is your intended audience? What do you want to be able to give this audience? Yes, we wanted to give them a good time, but at the core of who we are a business resource. We are the entrepreneur's guide, the lifestyle guide. So that's kind of what the ladies of Emerge did. I'm interested to see what are some of the steps you all go through when you're planning an event or you're putting something on for your business. I am Shana Kemp-Garnett, and that's my 2 cents. A special thank you for the guest on today's show. If you missed out on part of the show or to listen to past episodes of Emerge, visit emergethemagazine.com.
Emerge yourself.